Have you ever wondered if passion fades with age? Do you worry that intimacy might no longer be as fulfilling as it once was? Or perhaps you found yourself questioning whether the spark in your relationship can truly be reignited. If these thoughts have ever crossed your mind, you're not alone. Many men and women struggle with the idea that desire and pleasure might diminish over time. But here's the truth: sexuality does not have an expiration date. In fact, for those who embrace it, intimacy can evolve into something even more profound, deeply satisfying, and emotionally fulfilling. This video will shatter the myths about aging and intimacy, giving you the tools to build a more passionate, connected, and deeply satisfying love life, regardless of age. You'll discover white heavy checkmark how intimacy transforms over time, and why it doesn't have to fade. White heavy checkmark why communication is the most powerful tool in the bedroom, and how to use it effectively. White heavy checkmark the real secret to pleasuring your partner, beyond just physical techniques. White heavy checkmark how stress, lifestyle, and emotional connection play a vital role in keeping the spark alive. White heavy checkmark practical, science-backed tips to enhance pleasure, confidence, and emotional connection. I once had a patient, let's call him Juan, who came to me feeling lost. He had been married for over 2 decades, yet he and his wife had drifted apart. Their once passionate connection had become predictable, almost mechanical. But when he opened up to me about his fears and doubts, I shared with him a perspective that changed everything. What he learned about intimacy, connection, and pleasure didn't just revive his relationship. It transformed the way he saw himself as a partner. If you've ever felt like Juan, if you've questioned your ability to connect with your partner on a deeper level, then you need to watch this video until the end. Because the key to a fulfilling intimate life isn't about youth, looks, or performance. It's about understanding, presence, and a willingness to rediscover what makes love truly powerful. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn may just change your love life forever. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. The timeless nature of intimacy, a journey of discovery and connection. Sexuality is not something that diminishes with time. It is not a youthful indulgence with an expiration date, nor is it something to be discarded as we grow older. Instead, it evolves, deepens, and for those who embrace it, becomes more fulfilling than ever before. The passage of time brings wisdom, self-awareness, and a richer understanding of what true intimacy means. While physical changes are inevitable, they do not equate to a loss of desire. If anything, maturity allows us to explore desire in a more meaningful way, one that prioritizes emotional connection, tenderness, and mutual fulfillment. In my years of working with patients, I have encountered countless men who feel uncertain about intimacy in their later years. Many worry that their ability to satisfy their partner has diminished, that their once passionate connection has dulled with time. But what I always remind them is this: passion is not just about spontaneity or novelty. It is about effort, understanding, and the willingness to continually learn about your partner, no matter how long you've been together. Understanding a woman's body, an act of love and respect. One of the most crucial lessons I teach my male patients is that pleasuring a woman is not just about mechanics. It is about appreciation, attentiveness, and a deep desire to make her feel cherished. Understanding a woman's body is not a skill reserved for the young and inexperienced. It is a lifelong journey, one that requires curiosity, patience, and respect. Too often, men approach intimacy with anxiety, feeling pressured to perform rather than to explore. But a woman's body is not a test to be passed. It is an experience to be savored. The vagina is not a mystery, but it is complex, intricate, and wonderfully unique to each woman. Some men avoid certain forms of intimacy, such as oral sex, simply because they are afraid of getting it wrong. But the real mistake is not trying at all. The truth is, There is no singular, universal technique that guarantees pleasure. No manual can dictate the exact way to touch, kiss, or stimulate a woman. What works for one may not work for another. That is why communication is the cornerstone of great intimacy. The power of communication, unlocking deeper pleasure. Many men assume that they should instinctively know how to satisfy their partner, as if pleasure is something they are meant to simply figure out. But nothing could be further from the truth. Women are not silent observers in their own pleasure. They are active participants, and their voices matter. If you are still watching this video, and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. A simple question: what do you enjoy? What feels good? Can transform intimacy from a mechanical act into a profound exchange of trust and affection. A woman's pleasure is not a guessing game. It is an invitation to explore, to listen, and to learn. When a man approaches intimacy with openness rather than ego, he becomes a partner in his woman's pleasure, rather than just a participant. I often think of a patient of mine. We'll call him Juan. He came to me burdened with doubt, feeling disconnected from his wife after more than 2 decades of marriage. He told me that their intimacy had become predictable, almost mechanical, and that he longed to reignite the passion they once shared. When I asked him if he and his wife had ever incorporated oral sex into their lovemaking, he hesitated. With a mix of embarrassment and uncertainty, he admitted that he had never attempted it, not because he wasn't interested, but because he was afraid of doing it wrong. This is an incredibly common fear among men, regardless of age. They worry that their inexperience will lead to awkwardness or discomfort, and rather than risk that vulnerability, they avoid it altogether. But in doing so, they miss an incredible opportunity, not just to please their partner, but to experience a deeper level of connection and intimacy, creating a safe, comfortable space for pleasure. I reassured Juan that there is no single right way to engage in oral intimacy. However, there are foundational principles that can make all the difference. The first and most fundamental principle: hygiene. Hygiene is about more than just cleanliness. It is about comfort, confidence, and creating a safe space for both partners to feel relaxed. A woman cannot fully enjoy pleasure if she feels self-conscious, distracted, or uncomfortable. Taking the time to shower, brush teeth, and ensure a fresh, clean environment may seem simple, but these small details can make an enormous difference in how comfortable a woman feels in receiving pleasure. The second principle: patience. Many men rush intimacy because they feel pressured to achieve a result, as if pleasure is a goal to be reached rather than an experience to be savored. But female pleasure does not follow a linear path. It is a journey, full of nuances, fluctuations, and deeply personal rhythms. The clitoris, often called the powerhouse of female pleasure, contains over 8,000 nerve endings, more than any other part of the human body. This makes it incredibly sensitive, but also very delicate. A heavy-handed approach can overwhelm or even cause discomfort. The secret to unlocking a woman's pleasure is not speed or force. It is gentleness, rhythm, and attunement to her responses. And this is where attentiveness becomes essential. I told Juan that the most powerful skill he could develop was not a specific technique, but the ability to read his wife's body language. Pleasure is not always verbalized. It is expressed in the way her breath deepens, the way her body shifts, the way she subtly encourages or pulls back. A truly attentive lover is one who listens, not just with his ears, but with his entire being. A new perspective on intimacy. As I spoke, I could see the realization dawning on Juan's face. He was beginning to understand that pleasure was not about expertise. It was about connection. He had spent so many years fearing failure that he had never given himself the chance to explore, to learn, to grow alongside his wife. I encouraged him to shift his mindset, to see intimacy not as an obligation, but as an ongoing conversation, an ever-evolving dance of discovery. When we let go of the idea that we need to perform or achieve something in the bedroom, we free ourselves to be fully present, to truly engage in the moment. Sexuality is not about youth, nor is it about perfection. It is about intention, presence, and the willingness to embrace intimacy as a shared experience rather than a personal challenge. When a man learns to truly listen to his partner's needs, when he approaches her with reverence and curiosity, he does not just become a better lover, he becomes a better partner. He transforms intimacy from a routine into a celebration, from an act into an expression of love. And that, I told Juan, was the real key to rekindling the passion in his marriage. Rediscovering intimacy, the power of touch, connection, and pleasure. One of the most powerful yet often overlooked aspects of deep, soul-stirring intimacy is the use of hands during oral sex. Many people focus solely on what they can do with their tongue, forgetting that touch, intentional, exploratory, and deeply affectionate, can elevate the entire experience to something far more profound. I encouraged Juan to think of his hands as extensions of his emotions, as tools for creating deeper intimacy beyond just physical pleasure. The warmth of his palms gliding over his partner's thighs, the subtle tracing of his fingers over her stomach, the firm yet tender way his hands could grip her waist. These small, seemingly insignificant touches had the power to build anticipation, intensify arousal, and deepen the emotional connection between them. I asked him to consider the power of contrast. The warmth of his breath against her skin combined with the cool, feather-light touch of his fingertips. The way a firm squeeze on her hips could create a moment of grounding right before the intoxicating rush of pleasure. Or the way his hands could wander to her inner thighs, massaging, teasing, holding her in a way that made her feel adored, safe, and deeply wanted. I told him to take his time, to explore without hesitation, and most importantly, to listen, not just to her words, but to the language of her body, the way she moved, the soft gasps of pleasure, the subtle tensing of her muscles. These cues would tell him more than any verbal feedback ever could. One of the most transformative lessons I wanted Juan to understand was the weight of expectations in intimacy, how they can either enhance the experience or completely rob it of its magic. Too often, men internalize the idea that their success in the bedroom is measured by their ability to perform or deliver an orgasm, as if sex were a test with a pass or fail grade. But this mindset is destructive. It places undue pressure on both partners, turning what should be an intimate, organic experience into something mechanical, forced, and burdened with silent anxiety. I told him that the key to truly fulfilling intimacy is learning to surrender to the moment, to let go of the obsession with a specific outcome, and instead immerse himself in the slow, delicious buildup of connection. It's about the way their breaths sink together, the way skin against skin generates warmth, the way the body instinctively knows when to pull closer, when to press against the other, when to release into pleasure. There is no final destination, only a journey of discovery, play, and shared vulnerability. The joy of rediscovery. A few weeks later, Juan returned to my office, a new energy radiating from him. There was something different about the way he carried himself, an ease, a confidence, an excitement that hadn't been there before. He was eager to share his experience, and as he spoke, I could hear the emotion in his voice. He had taken my advice to heart, allowing himself to slow down, to let go of his need to achieve something in the bedroom, and instead, he focused on truly being present with his wife. He described how, for the first time in years, they had rediscovered something almost forgotten, an intimacy that went beyond physical pleasure. It was in the way she responded to him, the way her body melted into his touch, the way she looked at him afterward, with something deeper than just satisfaction, something resembling gratitude, closeness, even love. He told me how he had started to pay attention to her in ways he never had before, noticing the small details, the way she shivered at certain touches, the way her breathing changed when he traced slow circles over her back, the way her hands instinctively reached for his when he took his time. And in that moment, he realized that intimacy wasn't just about sex. It was about making her feel desired, safe, and cherished. It was about the unspoken, the invisible threads of connection that bound them together. Threads that had frayed over time but were now being woven back into something stronger, richer, and more meaningful. And that, I told him, was the real goal. To not only reignite passion but to strengthen the bond between two people, to create moments of vulnerability, of tenderness, of electric connection that went beyond the physical act itself. Enhancing intimacy through small yet powerful changes. With that in mind, I want to share a few key elements that can transform not just your sex life, but the entire emotional and physical connection you share with your partner. 1. The magic of natural lubricants. One of the most commonly overlooked yet essential aspects of pleasure is lubrication. Too often, changes in the body, especially those that come with aging, are seen as problems, rather than natural transitions. For many women, hormonal shifts can lead to a decrease in natural lubrication, but this should never be a source of shame or embarrassment. Instead, it should be viewed as an opportunity to explore new ways of enhancing pleasure together. Using natural, body-safe lubricants, whether water-based or derived from plant oils like coconut oil, avoiding it with latex condoms, can make every touch, every movement, feel like a renewed experience. Rather than seeing lubrication as a fix for something lacking, couples should embrace it as a way to enhance sensitivity, comfort, and enjoyment. Imagine the smooth glide of skin against skin, the heightened awareness of every sensation, the way a simple touch can feel more intense, more pleasurable, more connected. 2. How diet and lifestyle impact sexual vitality. Intimacy doesn't begin in the bedroom. It begins in the way we care for our bodies every single day. The foods we eat, the way we move, the habits we cultivate all play a role in our energy, stamina, and desire. A diet rich in antioxidants can work wonders for circulation and sensitivity, allowing blood to flow freely, enhancing arousal, and making every sensation feel sharper, more vivid. Imagine the impact of nourishing your body with vibrant, life-giving foods, juicy strawberries bursting with flavor, plump blueberries packed with circulation-boosting compounds, dark leafy greens feeding your cells with vital nutrients. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Omega-3 rich foods, such as salmon and walnuts, are crucial for maintaining balanced hormone levels, ensuring that both desire and energy remain high. And let's not forget the simplest yet most crucial factor, hydration. When the body is well hydrated, tissues remain supple, blood flow is optimized, and sexual pleasure becomes more intense. A dehydrated body is sluggish, unresponsive, and far less sensitive to touch. Something as simple as drinking enough water can be the difference between feeling disconnected and feeling fully alive in the moment. Final thoughts. Creating a deeper connection. True intimacy is not about technique, performance, or achieving a specific goal. It is about surrendering to the moment, allowing yourself to feel, to explore, and to truly connect with your partner. It's about rekindling the passion that may have been buried under years of routine, rediscovering the electric pull that first drew you together, and embracing the small, everyday moments that build closeness. Because at the end of the day, the most memorable, soul-stirring intimacy is not about the act itself. It's about feeling cherished, desired, and completely present in each other's arms. It's about creating an experience that lingers in your mind long after the night is over, leaving behind a warmth, a connection, and an undeniable feeling of being truly, deeply loved. Unlocking the secrets of intimacy. How exercise, emotional connection, and mindfulness transform your love life. Intimacy is often thought of as a purely physical experience, but in reality, it is a complex and deeply layered journey that intertwines body, mind, and emotion. It is about feeling truly connected to your partner, about creating moments that transcend routine, about embracing each other in a way that is both exciting and comforting. But how do we sustain passion in a world filled with stress, responsibilities, and distractions? How do we keep the spark alive when the pressures of daily life threaten to dull desire and connection? The answer lies in how we care for ourselves, physically, emotionally, and mentally. It lies in the choices we make every day to prioritize love, presence, and self-discovery. If you have ever felt that intimacy in your relationship has become predictable, if you have ever longed to rekindle the fire of passion, or if you simply want to deepen your connection with your partner in ways that feel transformative, then I invite you to explore these key elements that can revitalize your love life. Let's begin with a fundamental yet often overlooked factor, the power of movement and exercise. Movement as a catalyst for passion. How exercise enhances intimacy. The human body is designed for movement. Every stretch, every breath, Every heartbeat plays a role in our well-being, and this directly influences our ability to experience pleasure. When we neglect physical activity, we not only weaken our bodies but also diminish our capacity for deep, fulfilling intimacy. Engaging in regular exercise has a profound impact on sexual health and vitality. Activities such as yoga, Pilates, strength training, and even simple daily walks don't just improve flexibility and endurance. They enhance circulation, balance hormones, and release endorphins, the happiness hormones that boost mood, confidence, and overall well-being. Let's take a closer look at how movement transforms intimacy. Yoga increases flexibility, strengthens the pelvic floor, and promotes body awareness, allowing for more fluid, comfortable, and deeply connected intimate experiences. It also encourages mindfulness, helping individuals stay fully present in the moment. Pilates builds core strength, enhances stamina, and improves posture, all of which contribute to confidence and ease during intimacy. A strong core supports better control, balance, and endurance. Walking and cardiovascular exercise improve blood circulation, ensuring that oxygen-rich blood flows to every part of the body, including the reproductive organs. Good circulation enhances sensitivity, arousal, and overall pleasure. But beyond the physical benefits, exercise plays a crucial role in self-perception and confidence. When you feel strong, when you see your body as something capable and resilient, you carry yourself differently. You move with assurance, you engage with passion, and you embrace intimacy without hesitation or insecurity. Confidence is the most attractive quality in a person, and it begins with feeling good in your own skin. If you've ever felt disconnected from your body, consider movement as a form of self-love, because when you nurture your body, you nurture your ability to love and be loved more deeply. The silent thief of passion, how stress and emotional exhaustion impact your intimate life. Even with a strong, healthy body, there is one invisible force that can silently erode passion: stress. We live in a world that demands constant attention. Work responsibilities, financial pressures, family obligations. These are all part of life, but when they consume too much of our energy, they leave little room for emotional and physical intimacy. Stress affects the body in more ways than we realize. It disrupts hormonal balance, leading to a decrease in libido and overall interest in intimacy. It creates tension in the muscles, making relaxation and arousal more difficult. It fosters mental fatigue, making it hard to be present in the moment. The truth is, stress doesn't just take a toll on the mind, it diminishes the very essence of connection. But here's the good news: you can take control. Have you ever tried meditating together? It may seem simple, but the effects can be profound. Sitting in silence, focusing on your breath, and allowing yourselves to be fully aware of each other's presence creates a level of connection that goes beyond words. Even small changes can shift your relationship from one of stress to one of closeness. A quiet evening walk, hand in hand, without distractions. A slow, uninterrupted meal together, savoring every bite and every glance. A moment of deep eye contact, where no words are needed, just presence. These simple yet powerful actions remind us that passion isn't just built in the bedroom. It begins in the way we nurture each other in daily life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Emotional intimacy, the foundation of passion that lasts a lifetime. Sexuality is not just a physical experience. It is emotional, psychological, and deeply personal. Without emotional intimacy, even the most physically pleasurable encounters can feel empty, disconnected, or routine. What is emotional intimacy? It is the ability to be completely yourself with your partner, without fear of judgment or rejection. It is the willingness to share your fears, your desires, your fantasies, and your deepest thoughts with someone who listens with an open heart. Have you ever told your partner what truly excites you? Have you ever listened to their desires without judgment? Have you ever allowed yourself to be vulnerable, to share what you need, what you crave, what you dream of? The moment we create a safe space for open, honest, and heartfelt communication, everything changes. Because true passion is not just about technique or performance. It's about feeling seen, understood, and wanted in a way that goes beyond the physical. A final message. Passion is a lifelong journey. No matter where you are in life, whether you are in your 30s, 50s, or 70s, know this: it is never too late to rediscover passion. Your love life is not written in stone. It is a living, evolving experience that can grow, transform, and flourish at any age. Every choice you make, whether it's moving your body, reducing stress, prioritizing emotional connection, or simply being fully present, has the power to reignite desire, deepen intimacy, and create moments that linger long after the night is over. Because sex is not just about pleasure. It is a language of love, of trust, of authenticity. It is a way of saying, I see you. I choose you. I desire you. And when we approach intimacy with openness, curiosity, and a willingness to grow, we unlock the kind of passion that doesn't fade. It deepens, enriches, and transforms our relationships into something truly extraordinary. Join the conversation, because every relationship deserves fulfillment. If this discussion has resonated with you, if it has sparked new thoughts or inspired you in any way, I encourage you to continue exploring, learning, and prioritizing the love you deserve. And if you want more insights, expert discussions, and life-changing advice on how to create a thriving intimate life, be sure to subscribe to Sexualidad Sabia and activate the notification bell. Because intimacy is not just about what happens behind closed doors. It is about how we love, how we live, and how we show up for ourselves and our partners every single day. You deserve a love that excites you, fulfills you, and brings you joy. And that journey starts today. Now that we've explored the timeless nature of intimacy, let's take a moment to reflect. What is the one thing you've learned today that you will put into practice in your own life? Is it the power of communication? The importance of slowing down and savoring the moment? Or perhaps the realization that passion is something we cultivate, not something that disappears with age? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear what resonated with you the most. Your insights might just inspire someone else on their own journey to a more fulfilling love life. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to white heavy check mark like this video to let us know you enjoyed it. White heavy check mark share it with someone who might need this advice. White heavy check mark subscribe to our channel for more life-changing content on love, relationships, and aging gracefully. Thank you for being here, and remember, intimacy is not about age. It's about connection, presence, and the willingness to explore love in its deepest form. See you in the next video.